Welcome to the open house. I think this is the first open house of this year. So, hearty welcome to all of you. I am seeing some new faces, new names, very happy, and also some old friends. Happy to see Ravi, right there, and many others. Mm, as you know, the Alumni Association has been working quietly sometimes and sometimes very publicly to network the alumni who are passing out of IIFM. Our main task is to bring the alumni together, and we have some initiatives that were launched during the last 1 year or slightly more. I think this BOG took over in 2025, 2024, end of 2024. So we are now almost in the towards the end of our mandate. So we have taken few initiatives, particularly led by members of the BOG and with great support from members of the Alumni Association. So we have a very rich agenda. I don't want to get into the to the details now, but we will certainly be discussing some of the agenda items as we go along. But before I hand over to Amrita, I would very cordially and heartily welcome the new members of the Alumni Association, those who have joined after the last open house. I think the latest batch has already joined, 2026 batch has already become members of the Alumni Association. So I heartily welcome them, and I hope you will be more active than some of your predecessor, because very frankly, we face a challenge in terms of participation. Uh, somebody's microphone is on.
It it
Muted.
it seems there is a echo over there.
There is an echo. But that's a challenge that the Alumni Association has been facing, which is how to excite and encourage and involve members of the association in its activities. So we will be open to ideas and suggestions. But I must also compliment some members of the BOG who have taken great deal of pains and initiative in coming out with certain activities of the association, which are aimed to uh, inculcate or encourage greater participation of the alumni. So those I think will be unveiled as we go along. But I just want to thank them heartily for being such active members of the BOG. Many of you may not be aware of what the BOG has been doing. So this open house is an attempt to share with all of you uh, what the AA is all about, to introduce the AA to new members, and also to share information about what the AA has been doing or the BOG has been doing to the existing members. So, with that, I want to hand over to Amrita, and I would also maybe just introduce the members of the BOG. Would that be possible, Amrita? Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
Amrita has the screen. So maybe I hand over to you, and as you go along, you introduce members of the
Yeah.
BOG and then give us an overview of the Alumni Association. Over to you, Amrita.
Thank you, Sandeep sir, for all the wonderful opening remarks. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you who joined us today. My name is Amrita, and I'll facilitate this open house meeting today. Before we dive in, I'd like to take a moment to address that today is Women's Day, and on behalf of the entire Alumni Association, a very happy Mother's Day. Sorry, I skipped it. It is Mother's Day, not Women's Day. So, a very happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers joining us today. Now, let me quickly walk you through what we have in store for today's session. We have a wonderful lineup. From launching a new website to an update on our membership program, insights on the new insurance policies, and a look at our mission and vision going forward. We also have an open floor towards the end of the questions. So for your questions, keep your questions ready. Now let me take you through a brief overview of the Alumni Association of IIFM, because we also have many new members who joined us recently, especially the batch of 2026. So the IIFM Alumni Association was established in 2019.
Amrita, one thing.
Hello.
Amrita, can you put this on slideshow, please? The slides.
Actually, sir, it's some error. If I'm putting it on slideshow, the screen stops showing.
Okay.
Can you see it right now?
Yeah, we can see.
Visible?
We can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the society was registered under the Societies Act 1973, and it is governed by a body of governors that includes the president, the vice president, the secretary, joint secretary, treasurer, and 5 core team members, each representatives of different programs at IIFM. The BOG has 2-year tenure, and we are proud that we are currently on our 4th board committee since its inception. And I'd like to introduce you to the current board. Our president, Sandeep Chakravarti from batch of 1991, vice president, Avinash Kumar, batch of 2000, secretary, Praveen Kumar, batch of 2010, joint secretary, Nimisha Mittal, PFM, batch of 2001, our treasurer, Kalol Mandal, batch of 2008, our BOG representatives from PFM course, Renuka Saroha, batch of 2010, and Shikha Kalra, batch of 2003. Our representative from MRM and MPhil, Nitin Basi, MRM, batch of 2006, and PSM representative, Vaibhav Gore, batch of 2021. Now coming to the members. Now, who are the members? Simply put, every IIFM alumnus is, of course, a part of this family. However, to keep our database streamlined and our networks organized, we officially recognize members who are registered with us. The process of registration is as simple as you need to fill the membership consent form, and once approved, you are added to the master database and get access to our official alumni network groups. This includes 2 main groups. These are the official main groups of IIFM. I've mentioned these screenshots of 2 groups. One has 1,000+ members, and the other one currently 699 members. We also have city-wise groups which help us stay connected with your fellow alumni in your own city, and even organize local chapter meets. Also, there's a photo of our office, which is located at the IIFM campus, room number 82, the admin building. Now coming to the social media handles we have. Staying connected has never been easier, and the association is active across LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp, X, Twitter, and YouTube. Our YouTube channel is particularly useful. You will find recording of all the past events, master classes, seminars, everything is available to you there, and I'll make sure that I share the resources, the links for all the social media handles after this open house. And I request you all to please support us by following and commenting and just engaging with our social media. Also, every month we put our alma mater, our newsletter that highlights everything happening across the IIFM community. When we go through the website tour, I'll show you that as well. And you can access all the past newsletters through that. We also, okay. The publication includes the alma mater newsletter, as I told you, and also IIFMite in Focus, which is run by our alums as well. And second, now coming to the events, and before that, the alumni community. One of the things which we are proud of is the diversity of our alumni community, making an impact across carbon market, forestry, wildlife, agri-business, CSR, and whatnot. Being part of this network is a privilege. You get access to the purpose-driven professionals who genuinely show up for each other, professionally as well as personally. In times of need, our alumni have come together to formalize this spirit. We have established an emergency reserve fund to provide timely support to our members facing crisis. And we are fortunate that our very own director, Sri K. Ravichandran sir, is himself an alumnus of the batch 1993. His encouragement has always been valuable to everything that we do. Over the years, we have built programs to help students and alumni grow. The Friends of IIFM series, the Avenya series, the masterclass musical events such as Rhythm, campus interactions, and our mentorship program, which will be addressed in the coming agenda. All of the recordings are available on YouTube. Now I'd like to invite a BOG member and team lead for the mentorship program, Renuka Saroha ma'am, to share more about the initiative and the wonderful work that their team has been doing. Over to you, Renuka ma'am.
Hi, Amrita. Thanks for sharing what the BOG and the AA has been doing. A warm welcome to the newest members of Alumni Association. And it is exciting to announce that this was one of the first batch to go through a formal mentorship program. And I hope some of the mentees who were part of this program have also joined us. It was an exciting journey, and thanks to Mr. Ravi Kanpal and our director, Mr. Ravi, who took the initiative and carried out this wonderful experiment on their shoulder. So without any further ado, I would like to invite Ravi to present amazing statistics and his own observation on how the program started, what went well, what needs certain improvements, and what would be some of the next steps. Over to you, Ravi.
Thank you, Renuka. Hi, Sandeep sir. Good to see you after a long time. And it's just two of us on the screen, right? So rest of the boxes are just blank boxes. So if people can just open up and we can see each other's faces, that's always great. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know whether I can share the document.
Yes, sir, you can share it. I've given the presentation rights to you.
Okay. Just give me a second. Sure. I'll just open up the document. Okay. Okay, are you able to see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just a quick background on this mentorship program. Some of you are aware of this program. Some of you may not be aware of this program. We had some talks with Ravichandran and some of the fellow alumni. And the idea came up that we should do some mentorship program for our students. Because the first thing that comes to your mind is that what were you doing when you were actually trying to pass out from IIFM in the second year? And what were your concerns and what were you trying to think at that point of time? And after having gone through that journey of 30, 25, 30, 28 years, you suddenly realize, okay, probably there's something worthwhile which can be shared with the students, which probably would help them in their career as they go along that path. So that was the idea because of which we started this program. And then we had Renuka and coming along on the board. And then we had Nikesh as well. So three of us sort of got started with this program and tried to run this program with. The whole idea was get the students interested into mentorship program and get mentors from IIFM alumni who are willing to share their experiences with the student and probably share some of the good insights from their experience with the students. So with that, there are certain numbers which I would share and some key outcomes which I would share with this group. It won't take too long.
Ravi, sorry to bother you. Please, can we go in presentation mode? It's a bit hard to read the text.
Okay, let me just try that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So the initial program, we had almost 50 plus students who were part of this program. 12 were from the senior batches and 38 junior batches, right? So clearly there was a lot of interest coming from the junior batches. And we had roughly 30 odd mentors who voluntarily became the part of this whole program. The plan that we had was that there were three basic deliverables. First was to explain the sector. So whichever sector where the mentee wanted to have an understanding, it was the job of mentor to really explain the sector, how they see it from a practical point of view, share whatever information they can about that sector. And second was explain the key skill sets that are required for that sector. Because we know that everything we get taught at IIFM is not always helpful for every sector, but there are certain key skill sets which are required and which can really propel you in that sector. So very important to share those skill sets. And lastly was help develop some of those key skill sets with the mentees so that they are able to crack the job interview, right? So this is what was really the requirement, the three requirement which we started with. It started a bit late. We started somewhere toward the end of Jan. And probably till the mid of April, we continued with the program. So each mentor-mentee had different experiences around this whole program. And we wanted to get a feedback from both the mentors and the mentees in terms of how they felt about this program, what are the takeaways from this program, what can we do better going forward. So we conducted a survey with the mentees and the mentors separately. The timing was slightly different, but it gives you the gist of what the mentors and the mentees thought about the program. So now here in the deck that you see top strengths and top gaps, which are the combined, right? So when we combine the feedback both from the mentors and the mentee, these are the four top strengths and the gaps which came up from this program. So I'll quickly go through some of those. Clearly, from a strength perspective, access to alumni was great strength. I mean, you hardly get to understand the experience of the mentors. And mentors also had a good experience of sharing their experiences with the mentees. Now, this whole program really gave the real world insights, which we all know. Sector exposure, again, understanding the sector exposure. Now, this is coming primarily from the experience of each of the mentors. You won't find it in any book or any publication, right? It's all one-to-one talk that you have and you understand what is the sector is all about. And there were areas where mentor was able to give the personalized guidance as well. So these were the major strengths which were coming out from the program. However, in terms of the gaps, there are quite a few. And we are just listing some of these here. So lack of structure. Now, since this was the first program, people were trying to run it the way they felt was useful for the mentor and the mentee. And they had to decide how they want to run it. Given that there are three areas where they could focus on, but when you start the program, it takes its own way, and then people try to share as much information as they can, depending on what mentor and mentee are looking for. So clearly, people felt there was a lack of structure. Mentors felt that there was weak student preparation. Right now, this is one area where I can share some of the feedback that I've received. What happens is that the student is looking for information, right? So when they come to these sessions, they are looking for information about the sector. So they are in the mood of taking the information and not really sharing anything else, right? So once they have the information, probably they feel that, okay, the work is done. And they understand much more about the sector. But as we all know, the wisdom lies in doing something about that information, right? And that's where the mentor were looking for, are they doing something with this information? Are they really preparing themselves? Are they improving their skill set? Now, which was lacking on, and that's the feedback which came from the mentor, that the students' preparation was weak. Okay, so this is one gap which we'll have to fill up going forward. Limited follow-through, again, a function of from the mentee and the mentor. I mean, we had both the cases where mentors were following up with the students and the students were not coming back to the mentors. And in some cases, the mentors also didn't have enough time to devote towards this program. So the program sort of died down for them. And the last one is obviously the inconsistent interaction. So when you look at it, there is, from a gaps perspective, people want to be part of this program, but when it comes to doing the actual work, which is around developing your key skill sets and really sharpening your skills, that's where it sort of starts lacking. So that was the gist of the gaps perspective. But after having gone through this, we also asked them, would you really like to continue with this program going ahead, and with certainly having some modification coming out to it, right? So the net impact which we see from this whole program is that it's a good initiative, but it had a moderate impact this time. But future potential is certainly, it could be a transformational platform for all of us. How we make it, we'll have to think about it and do something about it. But clearly, directionally, the feedback that we got both from mentors and the mentees is that this should continue, and hopefully it'll become much more stronger program going ahead. I'll quickly take you through some of the feedback that we received from the student and then also from the mentors, quickly going through it. Okay. So student participated almost across 8 sectors. So I'm not going to go through those 8 sectors, but it was purely based on the interest that they showed. So we were able to sort of categorize them into 8 sectors. And we got each mentor assigned to each sector and then tried to help disseminate the information around the sector, the roles, and the skill set. The major objective of the student, what student really wanted was guidance from the experienced mentors for a given sector and gain clarity on career options, right? So when you read this A and B, you clearly see that the students are just looking for information. Now, converting that information into something actionable so that you do really well in the sector or at the time of interview is missing, right? Now, from a student perspective, the program was currently meeting their expectation because they got industry insights, career clarity, job role, and everything. But the skill guidance was at the lower end. So it was not able to meet the objective of skill guidance. I keep on coming back to skill guidance because that's what we really look for. I mean, a simple question for any mentor is that, would you hire a person who has just come out of the institute, or would you hire a person with 2 or 3 years of experience? So clearly, the directionally you go to an area where you say, okay, I'll be happy having a person who has 2 to 3 years of experience, which effectively means that the person who has 2 to 3 years of experience has done something, right? Has some experience, whereas the student has just the knowledge. So that's the key differentiation, which we all felt, that how do we make students do something which gives them experience to face the interview or to understand their sector much better, just not reading some information and being happy about it. Okay. Students felt that they were highly engaged in the program, but major challenge for them was that the time constraint and clashing with the placement season. Now, this is very interesting. When I spoke to the first year student, they came back and said, "Sir, we don't get any time. We have so much of work to do that we hardly have any time. Even on Saturdays and Sundays, we are made to attend classes." Now, that's something which I believe that it's not good for the student, not for the institute. You cannot have a person working 7 days a week. You have to give time back to the student so that they can recuperate, they can rest, and they can think about it. Okay? And this is a feedback which we should take it back to the institute, saying that there should be 1.5 days given back to the student. There should not be nothing in their calendar where they have to attend the classes. Because even if you're asking them to attend the classes, their mind is not there, and it's just not worthwhile. I mean, that's my view, but clearly people can have a difference of opinion. But this point, time constraint came across consistently across most of the students, which then leads you to think that, okay, probably that was one of the reasons why they didn't follow it up. Okay, they didn't have time. They just took the information, thought they have every information, but they couldn't do anything about it. So in my mind, this time constraint is one big factor. And somewhere we have to make sure that students get time to think about their career and work on their career while they are at institute, build their skill set, build their knowledge for the chosen sector. Okay. Some of the suggestions which came back from the students for the improvement was start the program early, right? So clearly this is a feedback which is coming from both mentors as well. So we are thinking of starting this program early and making it probably a 1 year, 1.5 years, whatever we think is the right thing, right duration, and see how it progresses during that much time. Our belief is that it will be much more beneficial because it gets spaced out. It gives enough time both for mentee and the mentors to really work on the sector they are working on. And hopefully that will have a positive impact on the students getting a job in their chosen sector. There was also a request which is coming up to select multiple domain experts. Now, which again goes back to saying that, okay, if a student has attended one session, probably feels that that's not the sector where they want to go. They would want to understand some other sectors as well. So there is this element of figuring it out, and especially for first year students, and which I think is valid because you don't understand about the sector at one go and you have to figure it out. So that's something which we'll have to think about. How do we give that information, especially to the first year students, saying that, okay, these are the sectors where you can have a career, and our alumni is happy to share that experience. And probably once we run with those sessions over 2 or 3 months, then a chance is given to the students to select, okay, select one of the sectors where you want to build your career. Right? So that was one of the things which was coming out. Clearly, programs should be structured. So that also came out clearly. And one of the feedback was that probably we need to have mentors with 5 years plus experience, because this time we had some mentors which had recently passed out or with just probably 1 or 2 years experience. So there was a request that probably we need to have mentors who have some more experience. Okay. And lastly, we asked them, would you want to continue mentors, or would you want to continue with the mentors beyond IIFM? And everyone said yes, which is a great outcome. Imagine you build a mentor-mentee relationship with some of the senior alumni from the institute, and you are able to take their help throughout your career. I think there is nothing better than that. And it will build the community much more stronger. That's what we believe in. Okay. Key finding after doing all this thing was that program is valued by students and directionally successful, but currently delivers only awareness and exposure rather than the strong career outcomes. So what we just discussed, probably this is what it talks about. It's just knowing, doing is still missing. Let's go to mentors' feedback. Now, mentors identified a couple of major gaps. One was communication and articulation, right? Students clearly struggle to explain ideas, experience, and career growth. Now, this is what will happen. You can't expect a student who is just a graduate to have an idea about the career that you want to build upon and clearly articulate what you want to do in your life. I mean, if I had to put that question to myself, probably I didn't know even after 10 years out of passing out from IIFM what I wanted to do. And some of us still struggling. So knowing what you want to do, it takes its own time. But articulation and explaining ideas is clearly something which students can work upon. Communication skills need to be improved upon. Limited depth of knowledge. Again, this is all talking about broad awareness, but insufficient depth, which clearly means that unless you dive deep down, you will not get the detailed information. Right? You will just get very high level information. Now, your career is not something which you talk about in a social gathering, but you have to work through it throughout your life. So a lot of depth has to be figured out, and people need to work upon that. Weak follow through, again, a function of not having enough time or not being enough professional to talk about it. This question about being professional, I think that's something which is clearly lacking among the students, and probably we need to explain to them, saying that, okay, even if you're not available for a call, let your mentor know about it, right? Saying no is okay, but say no on time so that the other person is not left hanging. Limited industry exposure, clearly that is there because they can't have enough practical experience. And that's where we come in as mentors to help them understand to the extent possible. And lastly, what the unrealistic job market expectations. Now, this is clearly goes back to how much salary am I going to get? Just a number, you know, and career is not about that salary number. It's much more than that. And it also goes back to the point of what kind of roles we are getting in IIFM, right? What kind of skill, what kind of talent which IIFM is trying to put into the industry. What are the demands and where are the gaps? I think that's one big area which, if the Alumni Association or the IIFM work together and have a good handle on that, that will help everyone tremendously. To give you an example, I mean, do we know how big the sector is in terms of dollar terms? How many positions are there, at what roles, at what levels? Where is IIFM targeting those roles? I mean, it's like any organization, any commercial organization where you try to capture the market share. And do we get that kind of mindset to this whole IIFM and the students passing out from there? Do we really get that kind of mindset? And I think alumni can play a big role in that area, where they sort of drive some of these initiatives and say that, okay, if I had to run this organization as a corporation, how would I run this corporation so that it lasts long and is sustainable on its own? So that would be one area where I think we all really need to work hard and then figure it out. And once we know what is the demand, then supply can be worked out, right? I mean, without knowing the demand, we are trying to work the supply side. It'll just not give you good results. So demand and supply needs to be worked together, and then train your supply side, make it efficient, make it beneficial for the industry. Then it's a win-win situation for everyone. Right? So that was on the job market expectation. Key takeaway, again, from a mentor perspective, generally viewed positively, but not yet strong enough. Clearly, we as experienced alumni wanted to see something more, which was not there, and we have to work on that. But everyone believed that it has a great potential, and it can work really well going forward if we all put our heads together and work together. Now I'll just quickly go to the last slide. Some of the messages for the leadership of IIFM. The first one is strengthen industry engagement, right? Now, increase partnership with practitioners and alumni across sector. It's easier said than done. But some work has to be done around this area, which finally leads to you saying that, okay, what's the demand for the skill set which is coming out from IIFM? If that demand is there, and if we can improve that demand, then I think we've done our job, right? That leads to the next point, which is building structured career readiness program. Again, if you know what is the demand, you can do everything around career labs, interview training, resume development workshop, everything falls into place. Otherwise, it doesn't fall. We'll all be shooting in the dark. Enable deeper specialization, going back to the same thing, right? What is the market demanding? Once we know that, a lot of things can be worked out. And lastly is institutionalize alumni mentorship, right? How do we institutionalize this whole thing and pass on in a structured manner to IIFM so that it continues to work and deliver the result that is expected from it in an ongoing fashion will be a good outcome. So yeah, that was it. Let me come back.
Hello. Thank you so much, sir. I'll move with the next one.
Just a minute, Amrita.
Yes.
I think so. You recommend that we continue with the mentorship program, and we start early this year.
Yes, the recommendation is that, and we had the feedback from the current level of mentors as well. So 28 mentors have said, they've raised their hand saying that, okay, we would want to continue with this program. We will open it up for the new people as well, who were not part of this program last year. We should do it for that extended period. Ideally, I'm looking at it for the first year student, once they do their first OT after October, after Diwali, or that's the time to introduce them to this program where we explain them what are the various sectors, so they start understanding the various sectors, and they make up their mind within that quarter is the sector they want to do. And then for next 1 year, they actually work through that. And working is more on the skill set, right? That's what we're looking about. For the second year student, I think we should start immediately once they come back to the campus and then start working on it, rather than leave it towards the end of December or January when it's too late.
Good. Over to you, Amrita.
Hello. Also, I request everyone to bring their questions towards the end of the session, because we are running out of time. So I'll move forward. So now, one of the most exciting updates of today, something that our team has been working on with a lot of dedication and care. I'm thrilled to introduce you the launch of our brand new IIFM Alumni Association website. And I'm going to invite our Vice President Avinash Kumar sir to take us through this website and what you can expect from it. Over to you, Avinash sir.
Thank you, Amrita. It's a wonderful experience on behalf of Board of Governors of Alumni Association to present this website to you. Amrita will be taking you to the tour of the website. Website was always there, but we felt that it required changes in terms of layout design, content, and many other inputs. So that's what we worked on. And I'm very thankful for the team members. There was an internal team constituted for this website. Prachi from PFM 2018, Prakriti from PFM 2020, Shikha from 2003, PFM 2003, Vaibhav PSM 2021. And Amrita, your support was also very crucial. And Deepak Jha, who is also my batchmate, has been very supportive and helpful in fixing up the technical side of the website. So I hope that the alumni fraternity is going to like this website, and I request Amrita to, and I also, one more thing I also mentioned, that each and every member of the BOG has contributed with their input. So this is a collective effort. Thank you, everyone. And over to you, Amrita, for taking the tour of the website. You can start with the homepage and all.
Okay, so if you can see my screen, welcome to the brand new home of our alumni community. This is ifmalumni.com, our relaunch website, and I'd like to take you to a quick tour. First thing you'll notice is the home page. We have a message from our president, and just below that, we have 6 pillars that define what Alumni Association offers you: professional networking, community, social impact, support, career development, knowledge sharing, events, and reunion. Now, coming to the menu bar, the About Us section, it tells you everything you would like to know about the Alumni Association history, how we were established, the programs we present, and how we have grown into a community of 2,000 plus members. We have also a page dedicated to our Board of Governors. This is the current Board of Governors. We have also the list of other governors. Coming, the vision and mission, for which the draft will be shared in the upcoming agendas about IFM, is to be organized right now. Also, I would like to tell you this website is under process right now. Coming to the activities part, We have our social and cultural programs here like Rhythm, and you can directly click here and it will redirect you to the YouTube recordings of the events. This is the Rhythm events, and many more events which we are planning this year will come here. Coming to the leadership talks, the Avinya leadership talks, which is led by Vineet Rai sir and Shikha Kalra ma'am and Paul sir. So all the links are present here. You can directly click and it will redirect you towards the YouTube link. Some photos from our events. We also conduct some seminars such as these, Impact on Plastic Waste. All of the links are present here. Our very famous Friends of IIFM series, the watch playlist is present here. The master class building, capacity building playlist is mentioned here. Now coming to the gallery section. We put the photograph of the month here and beautiful pictures from IIFM clicked by our students and alumni. Now coming to our publications, here is the newsletter which I was talking about. So you can directly access all the newsletter. We started with Alma Mater in 2020. So you can access all the past newsletters here. Now coming to the alumni section. Here we have Alum of the Year. So we do this Alum of the Month and we appreciate our alums for the work that they have been doing for the association and the institute. Next is the Alumni World. It is under process right now. This section, which is yet to be backlinked, is the IIFMite in Focus, which actually is a different website which is handled by our alumni. We will integrate the backlink of that website here, which you can access directly from our website. Next, many sections that we are planning. Our alumni venture, authors, etc. Next is the section. Here, all the procedure and the process, the criteria is mentioned, how you can donate and contribute towards the association, towards any medical emergency that our alums face. And here is the scanner and the account details of Alumni Association. We have kept this here to official so that everything is transparent and official, so that you don't have any confusion while contributing. Now coming to the contact us section, our location, the address, the contact number, our email address, everything is mentioned here. Also this orange bar, all our social media handles are linked here. You can directly go and follow us here. This is the member login, which you can see towards the right, and the membership consent form. This is the consent form, which helps you become a member of the association. This is the membership login, which we are currently working on, so that even though you had filled the membership from long ago, you can log in from here and edit your details here to keep our records updated. That's it. Over to you, Avinash sir.
Thank you, Amrita. There are some sections which are work under progress, and will soon be integrating the database where you can log in and update your information, and the new members can also register. So this is the work which the team was working from last 3 to 4 months, and will update whatever little is to be done, and will soon be It soon be updated in this coming week. Thank you.
Next, I would like to ask Shikha ma'am if the insurance team is ready. Hello, Shikha ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Do we have Dubyendu as well? Dubyendu, you can come up on the screen.
I'm there on the call. Yes, I'm there on the call.
Okay, thank you for joining. So welcome everyone again to the open house. Very nice to see everyone this morning. I'm based out of London, but we've had some amazing group of alums who have been working on the insurance project for a few months now. This started back in November when Sandeep asked us to take on the responsibility, because this was something that was coming up again and again. In the Alumni Association, the discussions were going on for a couple of years, so we thought we'd try and get it started this time. And the reason behind that was, we've had many instances where we've had to come together to contribute, towards the emergency support fund. The various instances have happened where alums have needed financial support in emergency situations where they've had to be hospitalized. It was about 8 lakhs plus contribution coming from 245 alums under the emergency support fund so far. We've had alums, we've had to use it for cancer treatment, for serious injuries, and treatment of an alum. I think it was last year when the new batch had joined, their insurance had not started, and 9 lakhs was raised by under the leadership of Kalul in 48 hours, I think. So the community has stood together, but we need a more systematic solution so we can deal with the issue better, and our alums have a better coverage. It provides, not only does it provide a safety net, the health insurance, also wider coverage. An alumni policy would be more affordable than a retail policy, and the financial independence that it can give, when an emergency strikes. So it made a lot of sense to, push on this project. We've been through various steps in the last few months. The first thing that we did was, we spoke to, some of the alumni associations across India to see what their experience was and learn from that. So we spoke to about, I believe, 4 alumni associations: SIAM, Kozhikode, IRMA. We spoke to ISM Dhanbad, IIT Kanpur. So, I learned a lot from, and XLRI Jamshedpur actually was one as well. So we learned a lot from these, colleagues in other institutions, and we got started. We were introduced to some of the prominent brokers in the industry. It was Marsh, Aon, and Zopper, and we also got introduced to some of the operational providers as well. I will let the Bindi go into some of that, when we go into the details. In January, we started with an insurance survey for the alumni to understand what the needs were and what our profile is as an alumni body, because that is needed for our discussions with the insurers. And it was amazing to see the momentum that we got at that point. I mean, so many alums, came behind, the idea and supported us. There was a group of batch champions, and there were, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alums from each batch of IIFM, which came together and was really pushing across batches. And we finally finished at the end of January. I think we finished at 1,131 responses. So from an alumni body of, it was under 2,000 at that point, I think. It was quite a remarkable, momentum that we were able to achieve, and thank you to everyone involved. It was a lot of effort throughout January to get that interest back from the alumni and to get them together on the topic. So thanks a lot again. I should mention at this point the insurance team, which we call Insurance Council, and we plan to keep it in two sections. One is the executive council, more permanent members who with their experience in the insurance industry can stay more permanently, hopefully, although, personal circumstances can come in sometimes, but they come with that experience and they have the experience of working on this project. So I would say Vishwanath Divya from PFM 2005, Divendu Nandi, I think PFM 2010, Manmeet Kaur, Shubham Tyagi, Kalol Mandal, Vaibhav Gore, and of course Ravi, PFM 93. Ravi's support was incredible in threatening people to come and respond to the survey. And Sandeep, of course, Sandeep and Amrita keep supporting us from the background. We go to them for support and guidance whenever it's needed. So with that, I would request Divendu, if you can give background to what has happened since January. Before that, I will mention that some of the results from the survey were very interesting. There were about 43% of the respondents who said that they depend on employer health insurance, and that can get tricky until a job change, job break happens, and an entrepreneurial leap happens. So there could be periods of no coverage at all. And roughly about close to 50%, I think it was 46%, were looking for an increased cover. Most were looking for 5 to 10 lakhs additional, and they were, about 70% the alumni are comfortable with a 10,000 premium on the policy. And most of the alumni that we have are, at least from the respondent body that we had from those 1,131 respondents, roughly about, we had 400 something in the 30 to 40 age group and 200 something in the 20 to 30 age group. So our alumni is relatively young, as we'd expect. IIFM is a young institution as well. But what was remarkable to me was about 67% themselves felt that they were underinsured. So good time that we are starting this, and we are hoping to go through the next steps in the next few months. But Dibendu, if you can update as to what has happened since January after the survey. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Shika. So I think post the survey, we straight away entered into the typical broker insurer discussions. What the survey helped us, so the first phase was essentially when the benchmarking of the experiences across other MBA institutions was done. What works, what does not work, because this is a group policy which is voluntary in nature. It is paramount that the policy does not run into losses. The strict no-nos were identified. A survey was done, as Shikha mentioned, to gather the expectations of the IIFM alumni base, incorporating the benchmark experience across other colleges and the IIFM expectations. We prepared a quotation request format. This was done in January. And the broad policy structure was defined, that this is how we would want the policy to be shaped up. So there are two facets to this policy. One is a base cover, and the second is a top-up cover. The base cover is for someone who may be a new, fresh alumni who is just out of the college, one who does not have any insurance cover at all. So that's the base cover. And then there is a top-up cover for people who have a base cover somewhere, maybe purchased by themselves or maybe offered by their organizations. A top-up cover basically enhances their base limits. So the policy structure comprising of the base and the top-up was structured into a QRF, and that was basically formulated basis the inputs provided by the survey. Now, post that, basically the Yeah, just scroll up a bit. Yeah. Thank you. The three brokers have been helping us arrange the discussions with various alumni groups. Those were Marsh, Aon. These are two leading insurance brokers globally. And there was a domestic player by the name of Zopper who has done quite a few alumni group policies in India. So we got into the broker discussions and floated the mandates, wherein these insurance brokers went into the market, approaching various insurance companies with our required quotation formats, our policy structure format, right? So in the months of February to April, we have received, you can see on the screen, the following quotations from the various brokers. Zopper, the domestic broker, unfortunately was not able to provide quotations in the formats that we were requesting them. So we wanted full transparency with regards to the coverages, and there was some hesitance we could feel that coming in from the domestic broker. But Aon and Marsh have been, they have brought across 5-6 quotations from both base as well as top up. So that's, I think, we have been able to scan the market with regards to the quotations. Summarizing the quotations, we can see that these three companies, ICICI Lombard, Go Digit, and SBI General, are amongst the most competitive amongst the 7-8 companies who have shared their quotations. There is something we will require, which is a technology platform with which this entity will help us collect the member information. So this is a voluntary policy. We have got more than 2,000 alumni scattered across the world, and this being a voluntary participation policy, who will be participating, who will not be participating, those who will be participating, they will have to enter their sum insured, their family member details. So for all this collection of data, a tech platform is required. So that tech platform, we evaluated two companies. There was Zopper and there was Alive. Now these platforms work closely with brokers in India. So Zopper is tightly integrated with the Zopper broker, with whom we did not get any great quotation from. So Alive is the second tech platform. Alive is comfortable working with both Marsh as well as on Aon, the two brokers who have given us good quotations. Now, as next steps, I think we are in the final leg of negotiations. It is two brokers pitted against one another, and we are trying to break the rates as far down as possible. The breaking of rates is very critical because the participation, when we look at the alumni base of IIFM, the most vulnerable segment is the segment which is just passed out, or is the last 3 years of who have recently passed out batches. They are the ones who would be having least amount of coverages. They may not have procured coverages of their own. So keeping a very low cost coverage for keeping in mind this particular segment is very critical. So we are negotiating very hard on the rates. The rates that have come by are looking nice. And I think we are further negotiating on the freebies that can go along with the basic coverages with regards to, so apart from health insurance, accident cover and OPD cover. So I think we are on the final legs. Towards the end of this month, we should be able to close on the final rates and all. So Shikha,
Thank you.
That's-
Devendra, thank you.
that's
That was
update
very
from my side.
comprehensive. And you and Vishwanath have really been putting in the effort in the last 3-4 months and leading this project, given your extensive experience in the sector, that really helps the entire alumni body here and benefits all of us. So thank you for that effort. Once we have, an insurer selected and we are ready to go, I think we will go back into the momentum again, the January momentum. We will need all of you to rally behind this idea and, get the alumni to, understand what the offering is and see if it suits them. We need to start signing up. We will have a short window. It's usually, a 2-week, 1 or 2 week window when the insurer provides us, the ability to sign into the policy. So we'll have to move quite quickly and we'll have to have a lot of communication around this. So requesting support for that time. When we're ready, we will come back and share updates and next steps with the alumni body on the group.
Just one small point. The alumni website that was just inaugurated, that contained a member segment. That becomes very critical. We don't have to rely on these third-party platforms. Once the alumni can log into his own member login, so he can check his policy details, he can renew his policy from there only. So it becomes very, this platform will really help in the years to come.
I think there will be some product development needed around that. Devendra, good point there. I know IM Cozy Code is running their policy using their own proprietary platform. So, I'm hoping we'll get to that point. But at this point, I think we will prioritize, launching a policy. We will gain experience in the first year. We will learn a lot. And hopefully, as we move along in the following years, we will have a more evolved platform and a more, well-suited policy as well. So thank you again. And thank you to the Insurance Council team members, those who have joined and those who haven't, for the amount of effort they have put in into the project. Amrita.
Thank you, Shikha ma'am and Devendra sir. This was such a clear and thorough review. I would like to say that if you have any questions regarding the insurance initiative, do note them down. We'll be addressing during the open house discussion segment. Now moving forward, every strong organization is driven by a clear sense of purpose, and today we want to share with you all something that defines ours. I'd like to invite our Vice President Avinash sir to present the proposed mission and vision draft of the IIFM Alumni Association. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amrita. So I hope you have got time to see this draft vision and mission that the members of BOG have tried to put in. It's also there, but I'm just quickly reading it, and we expect your inputs and suggestions to that so that we can finalize and then later put on our website as well. So the vision statement: to foster and cultivate a dynamic, conscious and globally connected alumni community that supports each other and helps in strengthening brand value of IIFM by maintaining a deep and enduring connection with its alma mater. So this we discussed among ourselves and thought that this could be the vision of our Alumni Association. And our mission, what we should be committed to. The first is building lifelong connections, creating a strong and inclusive network that connects alumni across generations, geographies, and professional domains. The next is enhancing alumni engagement through organizing events, reunion, webinars, and networking platforms to keep the alumni community actively involved and connected. And then the next point is supporting institutional excellence, actively contributing to the growth of IIFM through mentorship, knowledge exchange, research collaboration, and other meaningful activities. The next commitment: advancing leadership, enabling alumni to lead and create meaningful impact across forestry, environment, climate change, sustainable development, inclusive finance, banking, marketing, healthcare, insurance, and other emerging domains at global level. The next commitment: fostering knowledge exchange, serving as a platform for sharing insights, innovations, and best practices that helps alumni achieve professional excellence. Next commitment, maintaining a repository of alumni activities, systematically document and showcase the diverse contribution and engagement of alumni across the globe. And the last commitment, driving social and environmental impact, encouraging and supporting alumni-led initiatives that create positive and lasting impact on communities and ecosystem. So this is what we could come out as a vision and mission document. We definitely need your input, and if you have any point, you can please share. We need to finalize it, and then we'll place it on the website also. Thank you.
Thank you, Avinash sir. Now moving forward, transparency is something the Alumni Association has always believed in. And keeping that with the spirit, I'd like to invite our Treasurer Kalol Mandal sir and our Secretary Praveen Kumar sir to share a brief update on the financial status and activities of the association. I'll please present the document again.
Hello everyone. Amrita, please share the presentation.
Yeah.
So this is the account prepared on by Amrita, and this we have shared with our CA to get CA certified financials. But as of now, this is a kind of draft financials, and
is it visible?
Not yet. The previous slide.
The donations.
This is we raised fund for 3 events faced by alums, and we raised around 8.6 lakhs. Very important aspect is the deadline, the internal deadline that we set among ourselves is met in all these 3 cases. So we are, as alumni, very forward in helping our brothers and sisters in distress. So that is something commendable. Next slide, please. So during the last financial year, FY 25-26, we received around 8.63 lakhs from alumni crowdfunding. Some one FD got matured, and principal plus interest we received 8.1 lakh rupees. Bank interest from other accounts, that is 0.11 lakh, 11,000 rupees, and other inflows is 52,000 rupees. And we helped our alums with 8.63 lakhs rupees, and we did 10 lakh rupees fixed deposit. Our major operational expenses is manager salary, that is like 3.6 lakhs rupees last financial year, and some admin and operational expenses like CA and office costs, around 57,000 rupees. Next, please.
Is it visible?
Yeah. So as of now, our fixed deposit balance, it is total 25 lakhs. In 2 banks, AU is our primary. We use AU Small Finance Bank account as our primary account, and it has 3 FDs worth rupees 18 lakh rupees, and 1 FD with the State Bank of India worth 7 lakh rupees. So we are 25 lakh rupees in as our corpus. Yeah. So that's from finance, and we will share the CA certified financials as soon as we receive them.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir. Also, I would want to address that. Thank you for all the donations that the alumni has raised during this year. But we need to appeal for the ATG benefit support, and all of those who need the ATG tax benefit certifications. You can please directly connect with me if you have donated towards the Alumni Association, specifically in our account. So please reach out. We'll provide you the ATG certificate. Now moving forward. Now to a very important announcement that affects each one of you as a member of the association. I'd like to invite our President Sandeep Chakravarti sir to share details about the upcoming elections of 2026 and why your participation and support in our fundraising effort is more important than ever. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Praveen and Kollol, for the presentation on our financials. So, as all of you can notice, our inflows have been very, very limited during the last 2 years, and we have constant outflow. At least 3.6 lakh salary of Amrita, and then we have other expenses for paying for the lawyer and chartered accountant, and also website development and website hosting charges. These are the main expenditure. We have not had much inflow, but despite all that, we have been able to build a corpus of about 25 lakhs, which is in fixed deposit, but that is depleting. The interest that we get from that money is not sufficient to run the alumni association. So we will, of course, reach out in a campaign later in the year for seeking funds from the alumni. But despite that, I think those who want to contribute even small amounts, they are most welcome. Our UPI facility is available on AU Bank, and you can make small donations. All of you are most welcome to do that. The topic that I want to address now is elections. So this is the fourth board of the Alumni Association. The first board was created, or rather was not elected. It was by nomination basis, and they had the job of putting together the Alumni Association and formulating the articles of association and give shape to the Alumni Association. I think Deepak Khare was the first president of that association. That gave way to the first elected board, and Ashish was the first president, and I think Aparna was the secretary. And thereafter, two elections have taken place. I have been president for 2 terms now. So I think the only thing constant in life is change. So it is time for the BOG of the AA to change. Some of us have been here for more than 2 terms. I think Praveen has been here for 3 terms. I think Kollol has also been here for more than 2 terms. I have been here for 2 terms. So at least some of us have to move out. Whereas others who have done great work, people like Nimisha, Renuka, Shikha, I think they should remain. But the point that I want to make is that I would request members who have joined in and others to express interest, come forward and participate in the elections, or give their names for holding positions in the BOG. It is important that we have active people in the BOG so that the initiatives can be taken forward. There is a particular procedure to be followed. Our alumni coordinator in IIFM announces the election schedule. There's a proper announcement made, then there is time given for nominations, the time for withdrawal, and then elections are held if there are more than one candidate for each position. There are, I believe, 9 positions, and we would encourage people to nominate themselves or others to nominate people who want to be part of the BOG. So I request all of you to start thinking about it, and particularly those who have been active in several initiatives, including mentorship and insurance council, to now assume greater responsibility and become part of the BOG. Personally speaking, I would like to now, move away from the BOG as president, and I would formally and openly request someone to take the leadership role now and come forward and take the job of the president. And others we may discuss. I am not very sure who all want to continue in the board, but some of you have to continue because you have really put energy into the working of the alumni association. So you must continue. But this is a discussion we want to begin right away, so that when the elections are announced later in the year, we quickly follow through and have the new BOG in place by, I think, October or November of this year. Thank you, and thanks to all of you for your support. And I just wanted to mention, Shikha, that when you were doing the insurance council engagement, I think that was the peak of our alumni engagement. I have not seen such engagement any time before. I think it was very, very, very successful. I think when the insurance policies are in place, that may lead to some dynamism amongst the alumni, and they will work closely with the alumni association. So, big request to all of you to take part in the elections, to join the BOG, and please let us know who all are interested. We will find ways and means of accommodating them in the new BOG. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now moving towards the open house discussion, we have 10 to 15 minutes dedicated collecting your questions and quick queries. Please feel free to type in the chat or raise your hand. Our team is noting down everything. You can raise the questions right now, but the questions will be addressed post the closing remarks. So if you would like to stay back for the open discussion, you're most welcome. So please go ahead. Sakib sir, you had a query or a question. You raised your hand earlier. If you would like to come on the video and let us know.
Thank you, but I have already commented on the chat box. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Dipindu, I had a question. This insurance thing, is it means when we subscribe to the policy, can we include our family members also in the policy? And I think somebody asked a question of including faculty. I don't see any problem in that. So could you respond to that?
I don't know if Devendra is still on the call because he had to stop on the way to somewhere to join us. For the call. But family members, absolutely, that is the plan. About 100 plus respondents have also asked about parents. That can introduce an element of risk in the policy. We are aware of that. We are trying to find a solution. What can be done best here, to do that as well. But we'll come back with details on that. But family members, immediate family members, absolutely. Parents and children, definitely. So alumni
also maybe.
Faculty, I have answered to Rajesh in the chat. I don't see an issue. I think initially they were not included in the survey that we had done because they're not part of the alumni communication plan. So if we can sort out that issue, I don't see an issue, a problem as to why they can't be included. So this is something for the team to discuss and see if we have a solution to it, we should absolutely include them.
Hello all, I am unable to raise my hand. Can I put a question, please?
Please,
yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah, very good afternoon to everyone. And just to quickly introduce myself, My name is Praveen Anant. I am a MRM pass out of 0304 batch. Have been with different corporates for around 10 years with Adani, serving as a chief sustainability officer for two of the companies there, of late working with the consultancy. So my question is not exactly a question, but just a quick view and a suggestion, a comment that the Ravi has given the feedback of mentor and mentees here, and the point was already covered that students are not having time at all there, because I have been invited by IFM for some of the lectures on some of the topics 1 or 2 years back. After that, I also felt that there was less presence and participation of students. Then I understood that they are really busy and too much engaged in full day. So they was overloaded. And of late, I see in the startups, there is a culture that uh, say for example, before I come to the point to the startup, say for example, the IIM Lucknow campus also, they are running a program in the sustainable development management. So in the final semester to the students, they are giving 2 days every week to work with the startups so that they can create their own position, generate some business within the last semester. And there is a high possibility of that startup onboard them. And this is culture nowadays that startup don't have immediate funds to onboard somebody on a high pay. They look forward for a long internship, 3-4 months internship, where students can give ample time and can make the place in the team and also become a revenue generating partner within those 3-4 months and then become a regular employee. So this is just my observation, sharing here, not exactly a question. Maybe you people are the learned people and can see how we can take this further, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Also, Sanjeev Goel, sir, can you put across your question here? Sanjeev, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, so good evening, everyone. It was really nice to hear all the people and regards to the existing BOG. And it was really nice that Ravi from our batch presented the mentor-mentee. But somewhere along the line, I felt that it was becoming a forced one. So that is why that much participation was not coming. Maybe we'll have to make it more interactive or interesting. Maybe we can develop. My question was, like, our IFM started in 1988. So the batches are now coming, means the people are going to retire. So there will be a lot of, I also. So a lot of people would be available. So, and we have so much of knowledge. So this association can really provide a great platform. Like I always believe, empty to the grave, and the knowledge we should transfer as much as possible. So maybe we were focusing too much on employment for the people. That's where I think it was becoming a forced one. So somewhere along the line, if we see that how the seniors maybe engaged in a manner without remuneration in most of the cases, because people from IFM really do well in life. But at the end, when we are at that stage where we have a lot of experience, exposure, we are not able to provide jobs to people because we would be at almost the exiting stage of our career. But we can play a role. Mentor-mentee is okay, but our expertise itself, people can take on there. Like there are so many startups which are there, the IFM people are doing. So like I have experience on circular economy, waste management, sustainable procurement. So somewhere along the line, I feel, and all the other batches also, say 98, 88, 89, 90, 91, they would everyone be on an exit stage. So maybe if this also can be considered, I think it would be great to be connected to the alma mater and maybe we don't know, we may be able to create a greater, maybe a new thinking. This is just a view. Yeah, thank you everyone.
I think there are some questions in the chat box. So we are taking note of them in the sense that there are some mentorship related questions. So Ravi and Renuka are noting them, and the suggestion of Sanjeev also is well noted. There are some insurance related questions. I think those have been answered by Shikha, and there are some suggestions for the institute. Those we will convey to the director. I think the primarily one, which I think even Ravi mentioned and Praveen also mentioned, was the load on the students, and they have to find a best way to give some time free. I think it's a valid point that I'm sure we will convey to the director. I think your point is very good. I think more jobs are needed, of course, but what Sanjeev is trying to convey is maybe life skills and human skills. Those are more important. After obtaining a job, you need those to succeed in job. I think those can be that knowledge transfer can happen from people who are very senior. Sanjeev, I hope you will join the mentorship program this year.
Yes, sure. This year I
Very
would
note.
definitely do.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we have a question from Anand.
कौन आनंद? हाँ आनंद बोलो.
Please.
अरे वाह, तुम्हारे तो वॉल पे अपना नाम लिखा हुआ है. क्या बात. हाँ.
You're mute.
You are in mute. Are you in New York?
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes.
Are you in New York? I can see the Central Park.
Hello.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Anand from PGDSM 2426 batch. Sir, I had a question. So it's regarding the mentorship part. Currently, at our institute, we have Go Crack It, one of the organization which comes on campus for interview, guidance, CV review, all those things. But they are coming in the month of January. So mid-Jan they come, but I believe it is too late for the senior batch to get a guidance regarding this placements or CV review part, because by that time most of the companies have started coming or they have already come. So if this mentorship part could be aligned with that Go Crack It organization, or it could be replaced also if more of mentors from our alumni are participating in it. Another thing was that currently at our institute we have also peer engagement, where the senior batch students are allotted certain students whom they will guide during the course of time. But in that as well, what I have seen that most of the seniors, like I was also busy with my own work, and I was not able to give more time to the juniors when they were coming for certain things. I have to tell them that you can come some other time, but again, as we are seeing, they are also busy on weekends. So there is no proper alignment with that as well. So something this mentorship program could encompass all those these things and give a much better structure to it.
Yes. Yeah. We noted. I think even in Ravi's presentation, those shortcomings were mentioned, and I'm sure in the new program that will start very soon, those issues will be addressed. As far as institution issues are concerned, there is not much which the AA can do. We can only influence and do things which are within our capacity. We cannot, we cannot advise or instruct the institute to do things. So that has to be done directly with the institute by the students, because we are not a lobbying firm, or we cannot, beyond the point our ability to influence the institute is limited, and institute is of course free to do what it wants to do. But our job is to see how, as alumni or alumni association, we can make changes, and I'm sure Ravi has noted what Anand has mentioned. We will try to do that. Yeah. Anybody else?
I'll just put a couple of points. And since people are reflecting on the mentorship program, one of the very interesting question I asked one of the mentors was that, would you hire the mentee after interacting with that person over the last 2-3 months? The answer was specifically yes, right? So clearly they wanted to hire. But the point was that we don't have an opening. And that's where the most of the things starts coming to say, where is the opening? And no matter what we say, these students are looking for a job at the end of the day. I mean, there is no denying that fact. We start realizing about life skill sets and everything once we have gone through that entire 30 years, 25 years, right? At the time of passing out, nobody thinks about life skill sets and all those things. So it boils down to the very fact that as alumni, can we figure out, okay, where are the openings, where is the industry going in that specific sector? Are there enough openings? And if there are enough openings, probably work out with the institute and saying that, okay, hey, this is what we see. And then probably have these students going along those lines. Now, the other part was, in terms of mentoring was, we all know that the life keeps on changing. The job that you will take will change. The industry will change. As a student, are you comfortable staying in that kind of environment where things will keep on changing? And how do you analyze it? Right? How do you analyze? How do you anticipate? How do you participate? And how do you make yourself relevant going forward? And if those are the skill sets somehow can be provided to the students, saying that, yes, these 2 years were just part of my life. I've got some skill set which I should use going forward to develop my career, develop my skill set, whatever needs to be done to stay relevant in the industry. I think we would have achieved our job. But to be very focused, saying that, okay, give me a job, give me a job, give me a job. I'm not getting a job. Mentor, please help me. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I think some of these issues may be addressed by starting the mentorship program early when the ghost of the job is not sitting on our head, and by the time the relationship has matured and people will understand. Of course, I'm sure you are incorporating the feedback you got in the next round. Any more questions? I think
we
we'll
have
take 2 more
Ashutosh.
questions and then close.
Ashutosh Singh.
Ashutosh, बताइए.
Great. Good evening, everyone. So sorry, I joined at the very last moment. Had some conference to attend to for tomorrow's matter. But just a couple of thoughts. I do see the message on the groups as well, jobs and internship ka. But this is something that I observe in the law schools and also outside in some other institutions. I don't know how the mentorship structure is structured, but ऐसा कोई पॉसिबिलिटी है कि जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, हम स्टूडेंट्स को पेड / अनपेड अगर इंटर्न रख सकें एज अ वर्चुअल इंटर्न, and obviously it's subject to the fact that the student has to be motivated. I mean, I have virtual interns from NALSAR, for RGNLU. जब उनके एग्जाम होते हैं तो obviously they have to go for their exams, but I see them, they're very, very genuinely interested in contributing. So what really happens is, and that happens in law firms as well, people who've done long internships with us, by the time they are graduating, कभी कभार ऐसी situation हो जाती है कि ongoing projects में वो इतने deeply entrenched हैं कि किसी और को fresh hire करने से अच्छा, इससे better ये है कि this is a tried and tested candidate. One, second, we are comfortable with the candidate is comfortable with us. Third is ongoing projects में वो already involved इतने होते हैं कि उनको absorb करना easy हो जाता है. So I don't know if the mentorship structure can be rephrased and say, oh, are you okay to be, and subject to, of course, the management of that particular organization agreeing to that. But if, say, and virtual intern and subject to quality, I mean, if the candidate is not performing, the candidate has to obviously take out 25% of its time from leisure compared to the competition the market is seeing. So because like in law schools, I see candidates having, like, say, 5 years mein pata nahi multiple internships, research.
I think the point is well taken. We can of course
something
throw the
around
idea.
that, sir.
It's a good idea. Let's try to. Some of us can even in our individual capacities take virtual interns and at least pay them a stipend or even unpaid. We can try to do that. It's a good idea. Anybody else?
Aditya, please go ahead.
Aditya Singh.
Very good evening, everyone. Sir, I just had a very small suggestion for this mentorship program. I was the alumni coordinator of the previous batch. So what I noticed the trend between our batch, our senior batch, and the junior batch right now is they look at mentorship program from a sense of very well said from hiring, or they need some incentive out of it. I believe the best time to interact with them would be just after this summer internship, because our elective starts, and earlier there was option of specializations, right? Now we don't have that, so we get 5 different electives. So if and we have alumni excelling in all those elective fields. So if alumni could give them session on this elective, so that they could also be clear about what to choose, because what happens is our personal experience, we look at the course outcomes, we interact with one or two just immediate senior, and we select our electives. But in the end, when the companies come, it becomes a problem, because we have chosen 5 different elective of 5 different let's say sectors. So to prove ourselves in interviews of, let's say, winter internship or placement, it gets very difficult. So if alumni can talk about the industries that are working in those sectors and how that sector has grown and give some ideas to student, I believe that would be really helpful for the junior batches to come.
Yeah, good suggestion. Ravi, I think it's a good idea. We could look into that.
अच्छा, next year सबको job मिल जाएगा, don't worry.
सब मिल जाएगा, सब अच्छा feedback आ रहा है. You see, it was not easy to put together this mentorship. ये बहुत दिनों से it was cooking, and finally, because of Ravi and Nikesh and Renuka, this thing took off. I'm grateful for that itself, because Ravi had been talking about it, but there was no traction. So I was very surprised to know myself that itna kuch hua hai, and I'm sure the next round, not only it will be more better structured, but I'm finding that there will be more mentors joining the program. Who else? Shikha, you're looking as if you want to ask a question.
No, I want to say something. It's really nice. I mean, we had about close to 70 people joining the open house today. What I would say is, the work of BOG is voluntary. I mean, people have come together to do, to take the mission forward. And, with your call for elections and even otherwise, if we can have more alumni joining in for initiatives to work on those, or even have people who have ideas, they can just step up and, take the idea forward. The BOG will always support anything, that makes sense for the community. So we just need, we are 2,000 plus. We have many, many capable people in the alumni body. We just need more to step up. And I'm sure, most of us, care about the alma mater and, the community we are part of. So just, that request, we need more to volunteer and step up.
Absolutely. Anybody else? I think we have gone on for more than one and a half hour.
Yeah.
So time
Now,
to close.
Approaching towards the close of today's program. To formally close today's session with a vote of thanks, I'd like to invite our BOG member Nitin Basi, sir. Over to you, Nitin, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Amrita, and thanks everyone, first of all, for joining us for this open house on a Sunday, where of course we also have our family engagements. On behalf of BOG of IIFM Alumni Association, it's a very constructive to see that people staying for 1.5 hours, in fact more than 1.5 hours, and sharing their feedback and their comments on some of the initiatives that have been taken. From that perspective, we extend our heartfelt thanks for all the members who have been contributing, collaborating, participating in various activities that we keep on organizing, whether it's the mentorship program that we heard in detail, the insurance initiative that we have started, whether it's about Avanya, where different people come and talk about their initiatives, their experiences. We also have a specialized talk series. I just kind of heard Sangeeta mention that it's time to have another one. So all these initiatives are only possible because of you all. And just taking a point from Shikha, I think we can become more stronger if we have more participation. So please reach out to your peers, please reach out to your friends, please reach out to your IFM colleagues, and encourage them to take participation in these activities whenever they are organized. And our best wishes to the colleagues who would like to, stand up for the election and participate and send in their nominee. So with this, we formally close this meeting and look forward to meeting you very soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amrita, for putting together, and all members of the BOG and all those who participated. Thank you. Bye, Ravi.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Have a beautiful Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you to all.
Participation अभी भी बहुत कम है. We really don't know what to do.
That is the comment which I wrote कि 70 लोग
Yeah.
2000 के
नए
ग्रुप
लोग
में
दिखे आज, बहुत अच्छा लगा.
सर मनी डायरेक्ट ट्रांसफर करो अकाउंट में तो आएगा लोग.